Bulaihe Tavwa, we love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bulaminaka, I'm Linda Form, a student Suva. I love listening to Today FM because they play latest music and they rock.
Hi, my name is Osnate. I'm from Ba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm a curator from Nandi. We love listening to Today FM. Here in Nandi, it rocks.
Hi, I'm Shania. I'm from Lotoka and I love Today FM and it rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Yandavinaka, Fiji. In this bulletin, Lambasa family recounts horrific attack on daughter. Government takes a stand on child labour. And single mothers make a statement.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Edwin Nana.
A mother of three is dead following what can only be described as a night of horror at Navua Levu Wanikoro outside of Lambasa on Wednesday night. Alleged to have been hacked several times with a cane knife by her husband, Salishni Devi's murder was witnessed by her parents and 2-year-old daughter. Eleanor Turangaivu reports.
The tears and heartbreak of a helpless father who could do nothing but watch as his daughter was horrifically struck with a cane knife by her own husband.
I saw him struck my daughter with a knife using his left hand.
The victim, 35-year-old Salashni Devi, had been living in her father's house in Navolevo Wanikoro, a small farming community outside of Lambasa, for the past 2 months with her 3 children, 11-year-old Sabnit Lal, 9-year-old Rikshana Lal, and 8-month-old Shania Lal, following a spat with her husband, Rohit Lal. It's alleged that around 7 p.m. Lal came to the house and turned off the power supply to the house by tampering with this meter box. When Devi came outside to check, he grabbed her and struck her with a cane knife several times.
He then struck here again, but my daughter used all her courage and ran inside the house. My wife was inside the house with my little granddaughter. My wife says he struck my daughter with a knife repeatedly.
At home with her was her 67-year-old mother, Sambawati, and daughter Shania.
Yes, I ran after him, but he chased me and said, "I will kill you all as well." But I managed to save their daughter. She's only 2 years, 8 months old.
The suspect then allegedly fled the scene after the family shouted for help. Without any form of transportation, the family frantically called police for help. But they didn't arrive until 2 hours later. By then, Devi had passed on. The suspect was later arrested at his home in Daku Wainikoro and is now in police custody. Family, friends and neighbors are all still in shock, turning up at the family home to offer their condolences to the grieving parents and the 3 young children who have now become motherless in another horrific domestic violence killing. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
The Fijian government has made its stand clear that child labour, forced labour and human trafficking will not be tolerated. Minister for Employment Parveen Kumar was speaking at the National Strategic Forum to develop a joint roadmap for Fiji as a pathfinder country in eliminating forced labour. Ali Kimbia reports.
The Fijian government will continue to remain committed to leading the region in the eradication of all forms of forced labour, particularly that of children.
The Fijian government stands with the international community, making it clear that child labour, forced labour and human trafficking in today's world is intolerable.
With Fiji being identified as one of the countries to be a pathfinder nation of eliminating all forms of forced labour and human trafficking, Bala says they will continue to ensure there is a level playing field for the treatment of workers.
We will continue to reform laws through our progressive labour reforms programs to ensure better protection for all workers and employers in Fiji.
Fiji has also received praise from the International Organization for Migration for ratifying laws that protect migrant workers and their families.
Using the opportunity, we'd like to comment on Fiji's ratification of International Convention on Protection of the Rights of All Migrants and the members of their families, and accession of the United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime and the 3 supplementary protocols.
The forum will discuss Fiji's nomination to become a Pathfinder country under the Global Alliance 8.7 and at the same time accelerate its effort towards achieving our SDGs. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
A clerical officer charged with drug-related offences failed to appear for her court case yesterday. Mediceni Asenate Luisa Lindua and her lawyer were not present for the case, which was called before the Suva Magistrates Court. Lindua has been charged with 1 count of importing illicit drugs and 1 count of being in possession of illicit drugs, namely methamphetamine. It's alleged that on July 12th in Suva, Lindua illegally imported and had in her possession 101.4 grams of methamphetamine. She was arrested while picking up a parcel from the Suva post office, which allegedly contained methamphetamine. The drugs valued at $115,000 were packed in a bottle of peanut butter sent from America. The case will be called on September 17th. The damage to Fiji Roads Authority traffic lights, street lights, railings and fences are becoming unmanageable. Chief Executive Jonathan Moore says millions of dollars are spent on improving the infrastructure and repair work is becoming an expensive exercise. Moore says on average there are 2 incidents in a week where their property is being damaged. He adds they estimate the cost of damage is between $5,000 to $10,000 per week.
In the last 3 days we've had 2 incidents, very expensive incidents. Probably looking at least $10,000 per incident. And it's becoming almost unmanageable right now. We had a bad accident on the weekend in single car accident actually against the fencing in Namaka. Probably $10,000 of damage there.
Given the increasing number of robberies in Suva, many Fijians carry only their debit or credit cards when going out at nights. Down under Fiji pub owner Chris Cook says Fijians are aware of the lurking criminal elements nowadays. Cook says many customers just purchase drinks through their FPOS machines.
With the current state of the robberies and that, it's a good thing. We've got a couple of machines in each bar. Much better to bring your card, leave your wallets at home, because to replace your photo IDs, your licenses and everything like that, we find empty wallets in the cisterns of the toilets. We had an incident upstairs.
Police say they will continue to carry out operations to ensure Fijians are safe from criminal elements. 19 women graduated from the International Needs Fiji Solo Moms project in Suva yesterday. They're a testament to single mothers pursuing their dreams and creating a future for their children. Priya Nand with the details.
It was an overwhelming day for the single mothers who graduated after undergoing almost 3 months of training in vocational skills. These women have struggled with hardships over the years to become the women they are today.
The kids' faces kept reminding me that I had a responsibility towards them. Something just kept on telling me, get up, get up, get up. And then when I joined this program, I just knew the reason why that I had that voice to tell me to get up. I learned the responsibility of becoming a better person. First, I have to love myself in order to love my kids.
A mother of 4 who escaped an abusive relationship, Rosila hopes to start her own business.
I want to start my own business. I love baking, so since baking was part of their training, I wanted to learn more about baking and open up a business so that I could support my family, my kids, and to help build my home.
Single mother of 2, Milia Metavosa, went through similar experiences and urges mothers who are domestic violence victims to safeguard their children.
Being verbal abuse, physical abuse, any form of abuse, you name it. Coming out from there, I choose to make a stand because of my 2 children. Just because of my 2 children. And that's my advice today. Parents or even single mom, if you're going to make a choice of your life today, just think of your children.
These women are different in many ways, age, ethnicity and experience, but they are the same when it comes to creating a bright future for their kids. Priyanand, FBC News.
A proposal by the Methodist Church business arm, the Lakoya Niveau Management, to build 2 multi-million-dollar buildings has been approved during the annual Methodist Conference. While highlighting the project proposal, LYVM Chair Laisini Angarase said the project will see the building of 2 high-rise structures able to generate income for the church. Garase adds the new Lakoyani multi-million-dollar project will include an 8-story complex at the current Epworth House and an 11-story structure at the current Nakaora building site. Church Communications Secretary Wilfred Rengonamanda says the 2 projects will cost $75 million and will take 24 months to complete.
Nakaora House.
If we are going to build the Nakaora House, it will cost $30 million to $35 million. We will borrow half of the money from the financial institutions and we will give half. So if you ask where we will source the money from, we are going to sell some of the least used properties of the church to help in the fast track of this development.
Coming up, McKee eyes all games and Sewambu gets historical appointment. Stay with us.
Bula na lang ko siya do tali ta wali rongo sirma ko na do fijo na kasi
bula ya Veronica melo toka do tali na radio fijoan ando mai biti na vango merre telawa go ngai tabua ando tali ta kana rongo na radio fijoan nando mai biti
bula go ngai no keimba ando tali ta wali na rongo na radio fijoan ando mai biti na wali
ana dango saniter kwati ando tali ta ka lebu na rongo na radio fijoan eno sori
Radio Fiji One nandomo iviti.
Welcome back. Being one of the 6 props fighting for a spot in the Rugby World Cup, flying Fijian forward Penny Ravai knows the tough challenge ahead. Ravai says competition has never been tougher as players all want to represent their country in Japan. He adds this is a motivating factor for him as he's looking to don the national jumper one more time to the Rugby World Cup. Flying Fijians coach John McKee earlier revealed that only 5 props will be going to Japan. Ravai is the first and only international prop who's played in the World 7 Series.
A lot of competition for the props, especially I think Bala is the work really hard and push everyone into another level for the best, for the coaches to pick them to go to the World Cup. So I think it's going to be a hard decision for the coach and all the props are really best and very fit.
Fiji Airways Flying Fijians coach John McKee says all of Fiji's 2019 Rugby World Cup games are important. McKee says they can't just focus on Wales or Australia. He says Georgia and Uruguay both are very good teams.
For us now, we're really focusing on playing Australia, and we sort of see that the Australian style of play will be quite different to probably maybe the other teams, and particularly Georgia and Wales. So we'll really focus on how we play Australia, and then we'll look at the games deeper into the pool.
Fiji Rugby Union Development Manager Koli Sewambu is now part of the World Rugby Law Review Committee. Sewambu is the lone representative from the Pacific and will be part of the group for the next 4 years. He says it's an honor to be part of the committee, joining members from top-tier nations.
Just last month, got appointed into the World Rugby Law Review Group. So it's a new appointment up until 2023, just a year before the next World Cup. So yeah, I got the appointment from World Rugby, and I've already been to our first meeting, which was held in London 2 weeks ago.
The Nasinu football side is aiming to maintain its unbeaten streak against Nandi in the Vodafone Premier League match this weekend. Coach Tangi Vonolangi says mental preparation is something that will enable Nasinu to stay on top since their promotion to the Premier Division. Vonolangi says the team has been unable to find grounds for training, which may impact their game against Nandi.
Yeah, we haven't been training from this week because there's no ground available. And like in Nasinu, there's no ground in Nasinu at all. Even we have the Valley Level ground, but it has been used for other purposes. And they're saying they're going to develop it, but it's taken years now. So, and this is what we're facing at the moment in Nasinu.
Nasinu will meet Nandi at 3 p.m. on Saturday at the Uprising Sports Centre in Pacific Harbour. Cloudy periods with thunderstorms are forecast for the whole of the Fiji group today. For southern and western coastal areas of Yasawa and Mamanuda group, Viti Levu, Kandavu, Benga, Vatulele and the Lau group expect sea flooding, especially during high tides. Open waters of Yasawa and Mamanuda waters, southwest Viti Levu waters, Kandavu Passage, Koro Sea and the Lau waters, moderate southwesterly swells today, increasing to damaging heavy swells with heights of up to 5 meters. And that is your FPC Morning News. Remember to join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For these stories and others, you can also tune in to our sister radio station, Gold FM. That's it from me for now. Have a good morning.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from Vatulaloba. और हम सब मिर्ची FM सुनता है because it's hot. Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's number 1.
हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है. हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग खाली मिर्ची FM सुनता. गोल्ड टाउन तावा में मिर्ची FM दागो मामा.
Mirchi FM. It's hot.